two flies planned. One of them is a Beastmaster. And I'll show you what he looks like right now. In the water, this is all this marabou is going to go back. It's going to look more like that, even skinnier in water, but there's a lot of really, really good movement. It's just, as far as materials, there's a hackle. There's a couple feathers per side for the tail, and the rest of it's marabou. So I'm going to be tying on a Gamakatsu B10S. I'm going to use size 2 tonight. Get one in the vise. Get a thread base. About the barb. And I'll have tail on each side. What I've got is a couple hackles off of a cape. And I'll put one on the near side, one on the far side. I'm going to be about 3 inches long. Cord my thread up. And of course, the angle you choose, you can angle them down, angle them straight back. I like to start them off upward a little bit, because by the time I get them tied in, it generally goes down a little bit lower. All right. Got another pair selected. I'm going to measure off of him. Make sure they're both at the same angle. About to the hook point. I'll tie in my first 2 marabou plumes. I'm going to tie an olive one this time. Let me go over to the other camera. Let me show you a couple things. Now, these have an actual curve to them, just like most every feather. This one's curving off that way. And this one's doing the same. Get this where you can see it. Well, curving off this way. And I want to keep those curves going the same direction. What I'm going to do, tie these in by the tip. The very tip is very, very fragile, so I'm going to scoot down some. Right there. And there's going to be my tie-in point. Tie it in so the curve will be facing the hook shank going down. I tie both in at the same time and wrap them at the same time. This is going to look terrible until I get them brushed out. That should be good. Takes a little concentration to keep things from getting too tangled up. A couple of good tight wraps, hold them down. Carefully so I don't cut the thread. And you can't help but do this without getting some fibers trapped, some barbs trapped, I should say. And a bodkin and some sort of brush. Doesn't have to be a toothbrush. That's just become my favorite, tying these. I got decent coverage around the hook shank. And put a couple of wraps to kind of tame that a little bit. But like I said earlier, once they get into water, I'm going to slim down. Give you basically a minnow silhouette. All right. Do want to put just a little bit of flash. I'm going to use some crystal flash, peacock pearl. And like always, I've got the one corner cut out. So I can just pull 2 or 3 out. I had 3 out ready to go. I'm going to find the approximate center of this. And then on that side, tie these down this side. These be right about the same length, maybe slightly longer. Our marabou, which has actually become the body. Now this time, I've got 3. 3 marabou for the front section. I have find my curve. I have another olive. I'm going to put a brown in, or a tan in for an accent color. Make sure I get the curve going the same way. Lay it on top. Get down past the very fragile tip. Lay those all down, tips lined up. and head to the vise. Again, we want the curve going down. Curvature of the feather. And get our butt ends together. The same, except I've got 3 marabou now instead of just 2. I do want this to cover front portion, but I do want to leave a little bit of room for a thread base for a hackle. Find my hook eye. Don't unwrap too many. I'm gonna loosen this thread back up just a little bit. Extremely easy to crowd the eye on this fly. Get these cut out without cutting the thread. And we'll get the brush back out. See some that are wrapped up in a loop. Just pop those out with your bodkin. Should be good. Now, brush these both ways. Grizzly. I'm going to find a grizzly hackle out of this cape. Tie this in by the tip. I was going to fold it over. I'll just up for finding it now. In the water, it's going to pull back and be more of a shape like that. Actually, let me just dunk this in the water. Got a bowl of water over here that I'm proud to say I haven't knocked over yet. That's what we're going to get when we get in the water. When we strip it, when we stop, all these fibers are going to open up and just create a lot of lifelike and motion.
Gary,
Yes.
is that a trout streamer, or would you use that for bass?
Yes. Meaning both.
Okay.
Um, for me, my purposes, this is a smallmouth bass pattern. But the large trout are going to love it. Big rainbows and browns are absolutely going to love it as well.
Okay, thank you.
Sure. Anybody else have any questions or comments?
So you use two pieces of marabou in the back, three in the front. Is that just to build up that bulk in the front?
Yeah, kind of gets a bulk in the front, so it's more of a minnow imitation.
Yeah.
So a silhouette, I should say.
Okay.
Yep. And you could just use one in the rear and two in the front, which one of these. I've tied a few of these little guys. Go back over here, see if you can see them. And of course, color combination is at your discretion. Let's see, one of these I tied with. Okay, one other thing I want to mention, but I'll finish this first. This one, I go back over to the vise. There's just one hackle in the back for one marabou and two in the front. It's a little more sparse.
Now, are those all on the number 2 hooks, Gary?
Yes.
Okay.
And you can tie them so the tails fly out like that, angle out to one side or the other, or you can tie them so they're straight up against each other. I have fished not this exact pattern, but patterns very similar to this with palmering the marabou like that, and it works real well. I'll go ahead and jump into the second fly. Everything fly. Jumbo. And Mr. Hogue in New York came up with this many years ago. It was in Fly Tire magazine, an article many years ago. But it's got it's a nymph. It's a beadhead nymph. It's got a woodchuck tail. It's got the soft hackle collar. So he kind of, the guy that came up with it calls it as everything fly, because it kind of imitates not one particular thing, but a little bit of everything. If I should zoom in a little bit for you guys. I'm going to use the 1710 Daiichi, size 12. I would tie them size 12 and lower. Any 2X long nymph hook is going to be just fine. And I've got a bead that matched the hook size, 1/8 of an inch, copper tungsten. I do like the copper coloration on this fly. I use a rib and it's a copper brown. And for bead, I've got about 6 lines of 25,000 slid, and it fits up inside the hole, back hole in the bead, kind of solidifies the bead, keeps it from bouncing around. Whatever color thread you like, I'm going to use some brown. Just a little bit of a thread band to keep the lead from heading rearward. Back about to the barb. So I need my woodchuck. Got a small piece here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this like so. I'm going to get about enough that when it's twisted, it's about the size of 2 pencil leads, not the whole pencil, just the lead. And I'm going to get this cleaned out. Into a hair stacker. With my stacker. The tail I want to be about half the hook shank length. Spin my thread. Hold this at a 45-degree angle. Let thread torque take it up on top of the hook. And realize that I'm a little bit longer than I want. There you go. The excess cut out of there. Now on the way back down, I'm going to tie in my rib. Over 2 inches of this stuff. It's brassy size. Copper, I think, works well for this size hook. Pull this up under the thread. Take a couple wraps, pull this to length. And keep this on the bottom of the hook. Bottom of the fly at this point, I should say. Okay. Red fox squirrel dubbing. And I'm going to get my box of raked dubbing. I'm going to show real quick how to get everything together here. And I'll get the camera switched. It's a dubbing rake. For those of you that aren't familiar with it. And in fact, you can go to Guild 5 on Guild 8 on YouTube. I'll have 5 times guilds. I'll record these. And I'm going to pull a little bit of this dubbing out. Nice buggy one. Which I would suspect is why he chose this dubbing. Well, squirrel does does provide a really nice buggy dubbed body. Just a little bit more. Like to counter wrap this rib. Now we need our collar, which is Hungarian partridge. Now these little guys down here, these are the ones that are really nice for soft hackle. I like to come on up. Well, this is the tail. This is a half a skin. This would be the right, the right wing. And this one, this is the tail section coming up. Find one or two. That looks good. Very tip. Tie this in with the curved side down. I like to bring this back up and take a couple wraps over top of itself. Rotate these back. Take a turn. Let it twist. Whip finish. If somebody else has something to question or say, I was going to go ahead and stop the recording. I'd like to thank everybody for showing up.
Thanks, Gary.
Right. Yeah, thanks, Gary.
Yep.
Appreciate it.
Thank you guys for showing up.
Yeah.
Thanks, Gary. Great job.
Thank you. Have a good weekend, everyone.
Yep,
You too.
Yep.
Bye-bye.
You